Hello and welcome to this week's edition of AAN News. I'm Lily Kim. We start off with an exclusive look into some of the lives of Chicago's Chinese community. Chinatown is home to thousands of immigrants with humble beginnings, many who are now business owners, but many had to pay the price to get this far. AAN's reporters Ingrid Yanata and Don Tagalog went undercover to bring you this special report. It's the untold story of new immigrants in their pursuit of the American dream.
Chicago's Chinatown, home to the third largest Chinese community in the nation. A vibrant place that prides on its rich culture and tourist attractions. But underneath the surface is a totally different world.
You see all those people standing outside there? They're waiting for jobs right here.
Chinatown is also the gateway for many newcomers, hoping to find a better job, a better life. And while they wait for that job, this is how they live. Unsecured, unsanitary.
I have no idea what's inside that milk.
At night, they sleep with fellow strangers side by side. Windows covered in newspapers and rags, broken but never fixed even in the dead of winter. Landlords charge $10 a night. Considering the other option for them is to sleep on the street, this is quite a bargain.
I'm waiting, working. I'm waiting. Waiting here to another state, work.
How long have you waited?
1 week.
Some of the illegal boarding houses found here in Chinatown had been visited by the police and building inspectors who found numerous violations inside the house where these new immigrants live. Now the landlord simply pays the fine, stops the operations for about a week or so, and then next time they have their ads on the paper once again. They're back in business. Operating illegal boarding houses have become a lucrative business in Chinatown.
They could make a pretty good profit.
Employment agencies use newspaper ads to lure illegal workers in, and some restaurant owners provide the beds to make quick and easy money. Greedy landlords seem to be the only ones who profit from this dirty business, while they suffer. They have nowhere to turn to, no one to help, while all they're trying to do is just to survive and find their American dream. Ingrid Yanata, AAN News.
AAN's investigation into this story is still ongoing. Next week, watch the full report as AAN News team unravels what the city has done to curb this problem. An Asian American-owned school is getting noticed in the North Side Chicago community. Their claim to fame, education with compassion. Schooling is highly regarded by most Asian Americans, but to some, this may not always be the case because of the money. But AAN's Don Tagalog may have the answer to your tuition fee prayers that may be found in this school. We now go to Northwestern Institute of Health and Technology.
It's the first Filipino-American-owned school in Chicago and in the Midwest. The Northwestern Institute of Health and Technology, or NWIHT, is recognized by the City Colleges of Chicago as a promising provider of healthcare training. It's also a provider of quality education that caters to a diverse North Side community with a compassion.
Yes, it's service. As our battle cry for the school goes, it's education with compassion. You don't just serve to operate a school. You serve because you want other people to share in what you have learned.
I think this school is definitely trying to emphasize compassion and patience and trying to practice that. So,
with the service the school provides the community, President and CEO Janita Julian was recognized by the Filipino Image magazine in Washington, D.C. as one of the 20 outstanding Filipino Americans in the U.S. and in Canada.
Financially rewarding, I cannot say that. But psychologically, mentally, and emotionally rewarding, you cannot pay it with money.
The school provides a simulated environment. Julian always stresses the importance of taking their jobs as healthcare workers seriously. There is no room for error.
We say, do you really want to be in this field? You don't want to be in this field because of money and stability and income. You want to be in this field because you know that in your loving hands there is life to be saved.
To date, NWIHT has graduated more than 3,500 students in skilled health programs and in information technology. And recently, the school offered a new program in practical nursing. The school is also known to serve underprivileged adults and dislocated workers, those who lost their jobs or were laid off.
Not a lot of people know that they can apply for funding from the mayor's office. Mayor Daley has all of the employment offices in Illinois, Illinois and around Chicago, and they can apply for funding if they cannot send themselves to school.
So they will fund you. The tuition is completely funded, and you'll have a choice between so many courses. You'll get a whole package. EKG, phlebotomy, CNA, just a whole array of things.
This funding is provided through the Workforce Investment Act, the government's answer to increase and retain employment and reduce welfare dependency.
Get out of public aid, work, and be a contributing factor to the growth of economics.
When Julian came to the U.S. in 1982, having her own school was just a dream. She continues to dream big. This year, they will be opening the Registered Nurses Program and will soon open its doors to foreign students as they start accepting F1 student visas. Don Tagala, AAN News.
There's another dream for education and only a few days left to help pass the act. It's the DREAM Act, the Development, Relief, and Education for Alien Minors whose futures are restricted by current immigration laws. The act allows undocumented students to attend college and to become successful U.S. citizens. The DREAM Act is sponsored by Senators Dick Durbin and Barack Obama. The Korean American Resource and Cultural Center is asking for support and urging everyone to call your elected officials by this Wednesday, March 14th. To get connected with your elected official, call 202-224-3121. Another event this one, Tuesday the 13th, you can help raise money for community groups throughout Illinois. The Korean American Women in Need invites everyone to enjoy and share a meal at participating restaurants with family, friends, and co-workers. A portion of the restaurant's proceeds will go to various organizations. This year, Can Win is hosting their event at sushi restaurant Agami. Agami is located at 4712 North Broadway near Lawrence Avenue. But if you can't make it to Agami on Tuesday, there are several other participating venues. To find out more about Share a Meal, go to shareameal.org. And one local college celebrated Cultures Week. One part of the program talked of ethnic broadcasting in Chicago and invited Telemundo, TV Asia, and myself for KBC-TV. We now go to Oakton Community College.
It was just a dream.
What's been going on in California and Hawaii is happening all over the nation and especially right here in Chicago. It's the changing face of America. We're in an era where mainstream English language news are losing its audience while the ethnic sector is growing rapidly.
Ethnic broadcasting in Chicago. We were students here at the college. They were here to learn more about broadcasting.
Is it pretty important to have ethnic channels in the U.S. where mostly English-speaking language? Yes, of course.
Ethnic media reports sensitive stories that may be difficult for a Caucasian journalist. Ethnic media has the understanding and appreciation for their community. 2001, NBC-TV purchased Telemundo, creating Chicago's first commercial duopoly between two full power stations.
I work for Telemundo Chicago. We can say that we are the Spanish-speaking TV of NBC.
Research and demographic figures confirm that African Americans, Hispanics, and Asians are a growing population and purchasing power so fast, in fact, that the combined groups will soon become the majority population in the 21st century. With the mainstream media ignoring community issues, in a moment's time, its style of news coverage may be seeing a different angle. A Chinese national is in immigration custody after being rescued from a canal near the U.S.-Mexican border. The unidentified 23-year-old woman was found semi-unconscious last week. She was discovered after immigration agents began pursuing illegal border crossers. Patrol agents believe this woman was brought to Mexico by a human smuggling ring who may have paid thousands of dollars for her trip. The woman was treated in a nearby hospital and will be deported back to China as soon as possible. As of last October, more than 200 Chinese nationals have been arrested by the U.S. Border Patrol. Now here's a familiar face. You might remember this woman, Susan Fong, the palm reader from our previous story.
But it turns out Susan Fong is also an artist. Her latest art collection is called In the Mood, where dozens came out for the opening night.
This whole show is called In the Mood, and I was interested in how the moon affects a lot of things, and I did a play about it, or just was playing with the idea of how the moon affects dating. And it affects the tides and the weather, and a lot of times we really don't know how it affects us. And so dating is, or finding a partner or working with other people is pretty much the same sort of thing.
Unlike other painters, Fong uses metallic to express her artistic side.
I use metallic pigments because I actually come out of a linguistics and documentary background, and for me it's a lot like taking a camera angle, because it plays a lot with light, and so depending on where you stand you always see something different, and so it catches something different, so it's like taking another angle. What a lot of people say about my work is that, oh, I didn't see that. I was standing on this side and I saw something, and the way that the light falls on it, I saw something that I hadn't seen there before.
What our camera couldn't capture could only be seen with the naked eye, mainly because of the light that bounced off the glass mounted on the frame. Fong's artwork will be displayed until May at Cafe Penelope, located just west of downtown on Adams and Ashland. Ingrid Yanada, AAN News.
Still to come, Metro just found an earlier way to really fly. Our Don Tagala speaks with Chicago's becoming Asian icon and will show you how to get free money for your home or business. All up next on AAN. The Way to Really Fly just announced for you early birds an earlier way to really fly. Metro plans for a Sunrise Express reverse commute for the Pacific North Line. Metro's answer to the Wall Street scenario. The Sunrise Express expects to initially attract several hundred riders and to start running by April 2nd. The train would leave Waukegan at 4:20 in the morning and arrive at Ogilvie Transportation Center by 5:25. The reverse direction will leave by 5:40 a.m. and arrive to Waukegan at 6:50. The Sunrise Express will run during the weekdays along with 6 new trains to be added to the Union Pacific North Line. The unusually early inbound schedule will make it possible for early risers to be at their desks downtown by 6 a.m. The reverse commute is for the major job centers in Lincolnshire, Lake Forest, and the Great Lakes. The project is covered by a $250,000 federal grant and matching state funds. April 2nd is also the day CTA plans to begin work on the latest phase of its Brown Line reconstruction. The transit agency has warned of slower, more crowded conditions on Brown, Red, and Purple Express lines through 2009 as it reconstructs the north side elevated platforms between Belmont and Fullerton. Nacy Delar, who's poised to become the first Asian American alderman in Chicago's history, is becoming an icon. For those who want to enter politics, her historic campaign was recently honored as a model for other Asian Americans to follow.
It was a night of cultural extravaganza. It was also a night to honor Asian Americans who are making a difference in the community. She may not have won anything yet, but Nacy Delar's efforts to bring the Asian American voice in the City Council has gotten the attention and won the respect of the community. Delar's historic campaign was recognized during the 24th Chinese Lunar New Year festivities in Chicago.
Tonight we are especially proud and wish to congratulate Nacy Delar for her very strong campaign to unseat incumbent Alderman Bernard Stone.
As a daughter of Filipino immigrants, arriving here at just 6 months old, with parents who had great uncertainty about our future in a strange, faraway land, it was highly, highly unlikely that I would stand before you tonight poised to be the first Asian American alderman in the third largest city in the nation.
Dola is not alone in this historic race. Her quest for political empowerment is shared and admired by many.
Her strategy of combining Asian American support with local community activists should serve as a classic example of what other Asian American political election candidates must emulate in the future.
Let us succeed in instilling political awareness and empowerment in our children. Let us as a community define who we are in the halls of Chicago and strive to serve our people with honor and hope. Because together I know we can do this. We have a great story to tell, and so let's tell the nation, Happy New Year.
Dola shared the spotlight with National Geographic's critically acclaimed correspondent Lisa Ling and other prominent Chicago news anchors like Linda Yu, Nancy Liu, and Judy Wang.
Happy New Year in Chinese, since this is being hosted by the Chinese American community.
From here on, it's no waiting game for Dola. A clever campaign strategy combined with the support of the Asian American community is critical to seal her bid as Chicago's first Asian American voice in the City Council. Don Tagala, AAN News.
Now, for you women out there looking for a career change or for a new job are in luck. There's a Women for Hire's Career Expo for only one day here in Chicago. Employers such as State Farm, ABN, AMRO, and McDonald's are looking for qualifying candidates. The only request, copies of resumes and proper dress attire. The event takes place Tuesday, March 13th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Chicago's Navy Pier. This event is co-sponsored by Chicago's National Association for Asian American Professionals. For more information, log on to napchicago.org. The South Asian Progressive Action Collective is inviting Asian American artists to join their art exhibit. The Voice of Resistance 2006 is encouraging new and emerging artists to submit their entries. Works may be in the form of videos, visual arts, skits, dances, spoken word, or musical performances. They're looking for art that touches this year's theme, Chai Tea Latte, in an exploration of truth and illusions. They're also looking for works that strengthen the South Asian political voice or that brings to light immigrant issues and empowers their voice. Accepted entries will be displayed April 27th at the Hot House in the South Loop. For more details, visit their website at sapac.org. And it's finally warming up here in Chicago, and that means spring cleaning and maybe even some time for some renovations. And good news for you, our sweet city of Chicago offers home and small business owners free money to spruce up your place. We now take you to Albany Park Community Center to show you of some of these programs. Springtime in Chicago is construction season, and Chicago is providing a combination of loans and grants for rehab projects. At the Albany Park Community Center, there are 3 services for the area. We start off with Larisha Mala for the HREL program.
The HREL stands for Housing Repair for Accessible and Independent Living.
This program is for seniors over 60 years of age of low to moderate income.
The 3 standards are income, home ownership, and age. If we have these 3, then we're fine.
But there is a limit. You can get up to $5,000 per lifetime of the home. Mala is an immigrant herself and says not to feel uneasy.
I'm a foreign myself, and like I said, I live with my parents-in-law, and it's so difficult for them to communicate in English. And I know probably Korean community, elderly people have difficulty in communicating in English, and you do not always have the person to come with you and translate for you. Do not hesitate to come. We can still find the help we need.
To get more information about Albany Park's HREL program, call Mala at
773-539-3828.
Another program the city offers, the TIF program. Myra Werner is a director for the Lawrence Kedzie TIF.
Well, it's a city program, and it's in 3 wards, basically, in Chicago. It's the Alderman Lorino ward, Alderman Mel, and Alderman O'Connor. Okay. We can do anything from roofs to any concrete work, some electrical, some plumbing. It has to do with health and safety issues. We cannot put in jacuzzis, that kind of thing, but it has to be something that requires repair or any code issues.
The city will pay of all of your expenses for repairs to your home, no matter how old you are. However, if you don't qualify for all expenses to be paid, they do offer a matching grant.
So for matching grant, you would actually pay half, and then we would pay the other half.
What's nice about these programs, the city is always on your side.
Like, I personally help people with the contractors. Let's say if they have a problem with language or they're elderly, I would do all the bidding for them. Some people are a little afraid of working with contractors. And also that takes away the problems some people have with being taken advantage of.
To find out if you qualify, call Werner at
773-433-3268. They can also check out our website. It's apcc-chgo.org.
And now for you small business owners out there, there's a program for you too. It's one of the largest business programs offered by the city. Jin Lee is the Director for Business Planning Development.
City of Chicago is offering a very wonderful program for the business owners and business tenants. It's called the Small Business Improvement Fund. It's helping business owners to do a exterior or interior repair for their businesses or their business building, commercial buildings. And basically depends on their income, but up to about 75%.
This grant is also applicable to you landlords as well.
Landlords, commercial business owners who have their buildings and same time operating their businesses within too.
Not all parts of Chicago offers the Small Business Improvement Grant, but Lee says he can help you find out if your establishment does.
You can contact 773-539-3828, extension 248.
Such as the Business Improvement Grant, the HREAL program, and Home Improvement Grants aren't offered to all wards. To find out if your home or business is in one of Chicago's designated areas, get a hold of any of these Albany Park directors or go to the City of Chicago's website. One Korean tutoring program reaches out to Asian families in Niles. The president of C2 Education flew in from Atlanta to take in questions from parents while their children took a mock SAT exam to see where they stand academically.
C2 likes to really pride itself in the fact that we really try to set a goal for each of our students. A lot of students come in not sure what it is that they want to do. They're kind of waffling, sort of in their high school careers. We really try to provide a strong sense of direction, a strong sense of a dream. It's something that I strongly believe in, and it's something that I really try to impart on every young person that I encounter. An event like today is something that we do free of charge. We're just providing a lot of our know-how and our advice, and then giving a lot of the students a taste of what to expect in the future. Obviously we are a business, so we also have our pay-for programs as well. In terms of a guarantee, typically our students go up around 350 points, and for academic tutoring we usually promise that students will go up at least one letter grade in a subject after 1 quarter of tutoring. A lot of students, they sort of take it for granted. Oh, I have enough time to get my grades up, or I can worry about the SAT next year, and then suddenly it pops up, and they fail to recognize sort of how busy you get in high school with all the extracurricular activities, with studying in itself, and with all the social aspects that school brings forth in the United States. So usually for SAT, I usually recommend coming in around 9th or 10th grade in the summer times, when the students are a little bit more free, so that they can really have a really strong score when they take it as either a junior or senior.
Thank you for choosing AAN, your Asian news leader. If you have any story ideas or would like to write us, email us at AAN41Chicago@AOL.com. Catch our rebroadcast Tuesday mornings at 8 and tune in next Monday night to find out why KBS Seoul came all the way to Chicago. I'm Lily Kim. Thank you and see you next time.